hey there, Internet.
Well, hey there, Internet. It's Pelican here.
Wow.
And today, it's another episode of Brown Sock Tuesday with...
Are you sure? I couldn't tell it was Brown Sock Tuesday. I thought it was another day of the Mr. Rogers Friendly Neighborhood.
You're
I also
right,
thought it was
it's-
like Pick Corner.
Right, it's Yellow Sock Wednesday.
Oh, God.
Okay,
It's actually... I
Sweater
have
Vest
a
Thursday?
system lined out for that, but before we go into that,
Let's say who's here.
we're all four of us are here.
I hope you guys know us by now, but
Well,
if
they
you
do.
don't, then it is I, Daniel.
I'm Jacob.
Pelican.
Lauren,
Why do you always want to be last?
I don't.
He just always
That's
ends
the
it.
first time I was ever last, actually, I believe.
So,
No, I think the first couple you were.
big
Upper
news. E3 was last weekend.
Okay, so we have a lot of E3 stuff, but
To
I
cover.
just promised you guys a conversation about socks. So
I guess he did, so
I,
start
I
with
have
socks.
I have a system that is planned to follow. I haven't started yet, but since we have Brown Sock Tuesday, I wanted to be able to tell what day it was by the color of my sock.
But wouldn't you have to tell what day it was before you put the socks on?
Well, I could just see what socks I was wearing from yesterday.
Boom.
That works too.
Okay, continue on with your story.
Brain exploded.
As opposed to when
You guys
Jacob-
don't have to follow this. The only thing set in stone is Brown Sock Tuesday. But what I do is Brown Sock Tuesday, Red Sock Wednesday, Orange Sock Thursday, Yellow Sock Friday, Green Sock Saturday, Blue Sock Sunday,
It's a Sunday.
and Purple Sock Monday, and then Brown Sock
Brown suck.
remix.
Okay, well, I want to start off with talking about the Master Chief Collection, since we all know Halo a little bit.
Aye.
And that was probably one of the biggest things that happened at the Microsoft conference.
Even though one of us still doesn't own Halo 4.
So,
So?
I don't see how that really matters, Dan, but...
Yeah, thanks, Dan.
So,
Still.
along with there being an announcement for a Halo 5 video trailer, whatever, they also announced that they were releasing the Master Chief Collection of Halo, which will bring Halo 1, 2, 3, and 4 onto the Xbox One with multiplayer for each of those games and the campaigns in every single Halo map ever made. Sorry, I said that weird.
A little bit, but it's
Yeah,
fine.
weird.
Also,
They-
the one thing that comes along with that is the Halo 5 beta.
Yeah,
You get access to the Halo 5 beta.
Yeah, next summer. Also,
Yeah.
Halo 2, 3, and 4 have Forge, and the graphics for Halo 2 have been updated.
One
But-
doesn't have Forge.
The multiplayer is exactly the same, so all the glitches you could do in Halo 2 will still be possible.
Super jump, all that.
And all that, $60.
All that for
Yeah,
60
that's pretty
bucks.
Yep.
Wow,
It's definitely something I'm going to buy.
It's on my list.
It is on my list now.
There's two things that are happening the day that this podcast comes out. One of them is the Destiny beta launches.
No, it doesn't.
No,
I thought it was June
That's next
17th.
month.
I
July
thought
17th.
Son!
Boom.
I was excited for Tuesday. Damn it. Well, I guess
Don't be
not.
excited for Tuesday anymore.
I guess not. There was another thing then. I don't remember what
You
it
see,
was.
okay, well, anyways, along with the Master Chief Collection, they showed a video for Halo 5 in which it revealed that the new character on the case of Halo 5 is Agent Locke, and he is going after Master Chief, which I thought was going to happen is somebody was going to go after Master Chief, and that's why he had the cloak and whatever, and that the Arbiter was sending him after him.
Yeah.
So what I'm guessing is the Arbiter needs the Chief to help stop the Covenant that are attacking
Bad.
the humans.
Again.
Yeah, that's kind of
Which would
what
make
I gathered
sense.
from the trailer
Okay,
is
so-
that... Go on.
So you're probably going to play as both of them?
As Locke
It's
and
potential.
Master,
Master
Chief.
Chief?
Yeah,
Kind of like what
I think
they do
that's
with
a
Halo
for sure
2 where you're
thing.
playing as...
So he's not hunting him, he's just chasing him?
He's
I
trying
don't
to
think
hunt him, but he's not trying to kill him, if that makes any sense. He's trying
Yeah.
to take him back and have him go help the Arbiter stop Covenant, I'm guessing.
Which would make sense that the Arbiter would kind of be like an ambassador
Yeah.
for the Covenant and human relations, because he stopped the Covenant in the war.
Yeah. I'm guessing that's partly where it's tying in, because
Yeah.
there was always, like, a couple little branches of the Covenant, and since it's so big, there's definitely going to be some that are still like, no, screw the humans and stuff. Like,
Yeah, we already found that out in Halo 4.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is my point by that. That's
All right.
probably why, instead of human Covenant War starting up again.
Nice faces, Lauren.
Thanks.
Oh, and the TV show that's coming out, I think it's Halo Nightfall, is supposed to be Locke's backstory.
Oh, so like a
That'll be
Forward
cool.
Unto Dawn.
Yeah.
But
For
it's
Locke.
supposed to be a lot longer, isn't it?
Well, I'm not sure.
So
Steven Spielberg is recording, or
I see a
Directing that,
theme
right?
here.
I don't know. It might be a different Halo
You guys
show.
remember Sergeant Keys?
Yes.
yeah,
Locke.
Captain Keys.
Captain Keys. Keys.
Lock and Key.
The Guardian. There's 5 Guardians in Marvel's The Guardian.
Oh,
Okay.
jeez.
What, Halo?
5. And 2 of them aren't people. So -2. That's 3. Half-Life 3 confirmed.
I knew you were going that way with it. I was like, wait. As soon as you said 2, I was just like Half-Life 3. It's like, fuck.
Alright.
Alright, we'll go on.
So, new Far Cry. That's really cool. I'm really excited for that.
Yeah, in India.
No.
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 Kairat.
Congratulations.
But it's based off of the area.
Around
It's a
the
made-up
Himalayas.
place. New villain, supposedly villain, is Pagan Min. And from the 6 minutes that we've seen of him, he's
It looks
awesome.
pretty cool.
Yeah.
I like how insane he is. Like,
Yeah.
that's definitely one of the cool parts about him.
I think that's becoming a Far Cry trend.
Yeah,
Is
so
that all
all the villains.
all the main villains have to be insane now.
Dude, they know how to make a villain, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They've really done well so far from what I've been seeing of this new character and what they did with
Yeah.
the boss.
Yeah.
Far
And-
Cry 2 didn't ever finish it just because it got very monotonous.
I played
halfway
like
through.
a mission on it, and I was like, I don't know where the hell I'm supposed to go, so I
It's
just
so-
gave up on it.
Like, hard to understand because the world's so open in Far Cry 2. But, yeah, everyone was wondering, like, there's no way they're going to top boss. Even I was kind of skeptical about it. And, like, the new villain's awesome.
Yeah, there
Yeah,
is
he's
some
pretty cool.
speculation though that the new villain may be related to Voss in some way.
Yeah, I've heard that.
I doubt it.
No one's really sure.
I
Also,
know
a new
Herc-
feature that's
Sorry.
coming out with this new game, is, Far Cry 4. Almost said 3, is co-op.
Yep.
I'm excited for that.
For the entire game.
So, like, I could be playing at my house and be like, oh, I'm having trouble with this. Text Lauren, be like, hey, dude, you're way better at these games than I am. Can you give me a hand? And boom! I can get cross parts that I would just die repetitively in.
Probably the only way you'll get me online, too. Is if I'm not already online, you'd have to tell me that how good I am, and then I'd join.
Like, you're really good at these, and I'm not.
He's like, goddamn right. Let me show you.
Yeah, exactly. That's so me.
Well,
I gotta figure it out.
according to your mom, when I talked to you after you got your haircut, you stared at yourself for like 6 hours in a mirror. So you're gonna be like Naru the narcissist. So.
No, the thing is, like,
Your hair is still really malleable, even when it's short.
yeah, it is.
That's cool. I wish I had very malleable hair.
I have gel too, so I can.
Do
But-
whatever.
Yeah,
How do
the
you
thing
get
about
that
that
stuff?
is, like, I've never had my hair short, or
Like
anywhere
buzzed?
close to this.
short.
So, yeah, I stared in the mirror because I was
it's
not
airy.
used to it.
Like,
it was
when I
way
first-
different than my.
I can understand
14
why.
You're like, oh.
I just can't understand
You
it for
feel the
6
wind.
hours unless you're really bored.
Also, I was just sitting in an
Or really
office
hot.
Okay,
and
so that might make more
not
sense.
doing anything.
I didn't hear
when
that
I
part of it,
first- When
so
I first saw Lauren today, because I haven't seen him since he got his haircut. It was like, your hair.
what happened?
It's all gone.
Yeah,
I knew it was gonna happen, but I was expecting to see Lauren with his hair.
It's just a little too short on the sides and in the back for me. But the difference between a good haircut and a bad haircut is 3 weeks, I've heard. So there we go.
Yeah.
Now that we're off the topic of E3 almost immediately in the podcast,
Oh my gosh.
I
let's
didn't
go
mean
back
to.
to E3.
I've got lists of things, so
Good.
you...
So
just-
I do have a list. A list.
A list.
A list.
A list.
A list. A list.
Of things that I'm gonna be spending my money on. There's 3 games that I'm definitely
I'm
want
glad
to buy.
I'm glad I'm not the only one.
I
who
feel
thought
like
that was
you've
funny.
discussed this in a past cast.
We haven't
Past
because
cast.
I wrote
Past
this
cast.
on like
Flashback.
Ow.
late last week, probably. I wrote this on Monday, so after we recorded the last podcast. Don't put your sock in the mic, dude.
One of the
Brown
internet
sock.
people-
Tuesday.
On the mic.
So Assassin's Creed Unity. Destiny and the Master Chief Collection thing,
Yep.
as well as I might dabble in Watch Dogs.
I might dabble in Watch Dogs.
It's like sounds like he's gonna like do some really taboo thing. He's like, I might dabble in Watch Dogs.
I'm not gonna diddle it,
I'm glad you're not gonna diddle it, Dan.
but by mid-July, I will have all of my computer bits if they all ship. I'm buying them in bits.
Like 6-bit, 8-bit.
You know how you guys have all these bits?
That's
And I'm
me.
spending like $75 on Watch Dogs, so yeah.
My laptop runs just fine, so that's
All
my
right.
game on.
Well, the next game I wanted to talk about
It's
was...
not for gaming, it's for recording stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I can
The next
record one.
game I wanted to talk about was The Division.
The
Dirty.
Division. Oh, that was so sad.
Yeah, that was a really good cinematic trailer.
I was.
I haven't actually.
Like, I didn't
Oh yeah, I did watch that one.
Yeah, I
That
didn't
was a really good
understand
trailer.
what was going on, like,
because you couldn't.
until the guy got thrown out the window into the snow. I was like, oh, it makes sense now. The person's there, they're just invisible.
I was like, what is going? Oh, blood on the. Whoa!
That's how I felt about it. Like I couldn't tell. I thought it was just like a freeze frame sort of thing, where the person would go like grab the goods out of the car and then go in the house, and it would just like keep branching over and not taking shots of the human there. So it was weird to me.
Alright. I kind of thought it was funny at the end, though, when they're like... When the guy... Like, when one of the main characters saves the guy that's just in the street from the two guys, and then the other guys show up on the car with the flamethrower, and he's like, puts them in the car, and they're like getting ready to get into a gunfight, and the guy in the car's like, pokes his head out. I'm like, oh my god, you're gonna die.
Yeah. He's like, what's going? Oh no!
They definitely did really well with the trailer, and that's making me consider buying it.
Yeah.
So
But anyways, it looks kind of the same as what they showed last year with the gameplay. It's pretty much the same. They shot some guys and took a place. Wasn't really much difference, but it was kind of cool how they had the imaging thing that could show them what had happened. And so you could see like all the people running to get on the train and stuff.
Well, on the topic of sad trailers that make you want to buy
Oh.
things,
that
somebody
it's really
has
good.
been listening to me because somebody out there knows that I can't deal with like dog related stuff because I love dogs too much. Somebody figured that out and put that in a trailer.
I have to admit that was probably one of the saddest trailers I've
That's
watched.
the saddest thing I've ever seen on screen. And I've seen a lot of sad things.
Yeah.
But
So it was Valiant Hearts,
Valiant Hearts trailer.
which is it's a
Very
2D. I think it's a platform, but we're not sure yet because we haven't really seen any
Haven't seen
gameplay
a
yet.
lot.
I will
And
buy that.
It's out there. I haven't
Apparently,
seen it.
you play as a dog, and you go through the stories of like 4 other characters.
Yeah, since it's the 100-year anniversary of World War One,
Yeah.
they made this game about. It's based on like the letters that the soldiers sent, and you take the story of 4 different people who are involved with the war, and they're all tied together through this dog. His name is Walt, and the trailer was pretty freaking impossibly sad.
Yeah.
If I wasn't in the room with other people when I watched that, I would have cried.
Yeah,
I did
I
tear
did
up.
cry.
I will admit to tearing up.
I
at that,
teared up,
I cried
But-
hard.
but I was like, "Keep." There's Pelican and Lauren are watching me. I can't cry.
It made me sad.
Yeah.
Like it.
I think it's the last line of the trailer that hits you like the hardest.
It
Definitely.
started to hit me halfway through it, but towards the end, it just was like, oh,
Oh,
damn it.
It's the saddest thing ever. But if you got time, it's like a 2.5-minute trailer, and
So-
it comes out really soon, the 24th. I
Oh,
think.
of this month?
Yeah.
I'm definitely buying it.
I mean, I think that could definitely steal a Game of the Year award.
The problem for
Yeah,
me with
definitely.
that is I haven't seen gameplay.
Yeah.
Like, sure, the trailer's sad and all, but maybe that's just so you buy the game. Like, I don't know if that's the mood of the actual.
I honestly hope that is,
game.
because, like, that
It's
feeling
very-
that I got from watching just the trailer was enough to buy it.
Yeah.
It's very cartoony, so I have a feeling they might go like a
Yeah, it's
like
almost
a silly, funny route.
It's almost
and
like
I
a
hope
comic
not.
book.
Don't.
It's almost like a comic book, but I don't think they'll do that from the trailer.
They might, like, have it the layout kind of like Dust was, like in Elysian Tale, that one little
Platformer.
platformer game, and kind of the same art, almost, but not,
It's
like,
more
anime-esque.
It's more comic book.
yeah,
yeah.
but more that style.
They could do it 3D too. I've seen that type of game.
Yeah, I
That
think
kind
they're
of art style.
I think they're
that
too
3D.
far into it to do it 3D.
Yeah,
they're pretty much
I
done.
hope they don't, just because
Yeah.
the style of the trailer seemed to match it very, very well.
Yeah, I'm just saying. I've seen that art style done in 3D.
Yeah.
Let's
Let's see.
I put my list.
Unity.
Shadow of Mordor.
I actually did they
They
put
showed
any
some
I saw
new
the
stuff out of
trailer.
there?
Oh,
I saw
I
the
still
trailer.
haven't watched that
It was
trailer.
awesome.
I know that there was a bunch of like controversy, kind of. I want to call it that, but it's not really. One of the developers for Assassin's Creed. Hey, I
The
corrected myself, you
developers.
prick.
Parallel program.
One of the developers for Assassin's Creed 2 was like, I can't prove anything, but that stuff looks exactly like what Assassin's Creed 2 was. And I will
Oh, yeah,
admit,
I remember
parts
that.
of it definitely look very, very similar, but being that it's kind of like Assassin's Creed will probably make me want to play it and buy it more.
Yeah.
Because
Okay.
that was one of my favorite games.
So from what I know in the story in that one is like, you are kind of like a Wraith King in that you have powers of Mordor, and you have to like take control of an orc army and then march on
Okay.
Mount Doom
Even
or
if
whatever
it
it's
is,
called.
even if it
I don't know.
is based off of Assassin's Creed, it's
It
a
doesn't matter.
Lord
it's
of
a
the
different
Rings game.
Yeah,
a
it's a
different
lot
game.
more actiony.
That's Lord of the Rings, or
It's
that's
like an Assassin's Creed.
style. That's
There's
two universes
nothing,
that I love.
nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
I'm fine with that. Also, new Star Wars Battlefront.
Oh,
Can't wait for that either.
I'm so excited for that.
Yeah, me too.
I
And
really
I'm
hope they
the
port that.
fourth guy out here. So whatever.
I really hope
I don't
they
really
port that to the
care a lot.
Xbox One and stuff, because I really did love playing Star Wars Battlefront on like PlayStation 2 and
yeah.
stuff.
Yeah,
I
remember,
played the crap out of that.
Yeah, me too. Definitely.
Yeah, it's
I mean, that might be just like our weak little version of nostalgia, but
I played.
it still would be awesome.
I played.
Like, I'm excited
hours,
about it.
Hours,
Yeah.
hours of that game,
And hours.
and even more.
We're done with the
hours.
hyperbole, guys.
So
They had Fable Legends.
I was
which-
about to mention that.
Oh, were you? I was about to
Go
say
ahead.
which none
Go
of
ahead.
you guys care about.
I care about Fable,
Well, yeah, sure, okay.
but
Do you like Fable 3?
not really.
There you go.
I like.
I did like
That's what I'm
Fable
saying.
3.
I like the
Most
original
people,
Fable.
Most
I like
people who
Fable.
are Fable fans have kind of just died off of the series just because they got Molyneuxed.
I really wanted to get the anniversary, like Fable anniversary. I almost said
I
Halo.
borrowed it. It was awesome.
I'm thinking about
I got,
buying it.
I got boned though because I was like stuck in a mission and I didn't know how to solve it, even though I beat the game like 9 times. And
I
the stupidest things I get caught up on.
went out and bought the because I was like, I don't want to buy. I don't want to spend all the money because I don't have very much money right now. I don't want to spend very much money on the anniversary. What is it?
Anniversary.
Anniversary edition. Jeez, can't talk right now. So I was like,
Don't say.
this is $9 for just the Xbox game on the Xbox Store. It's Fable 1. It's gonna be really bad graphics.
Why would it be bad graphics?
That's what he thought, Daniel.
That's what I was thinking. This is the thought process.
I don't understand.
just for the original Xbox Fable 1.
Okay, yeah.
That's what I was.
I was like,
Better
you
pay
said
attention.
anniversary, so I was.
No, I was like, I'm not gonna buy the anniversary because it's gonna be more expensive.
Oh.
So I went out and bought the original, and
Mhm.
it was what I expected. It wasn't great graphics, and it was a little bit glitchy here and there, but still ran like
Good.
Fable.
Fable, and still enjoyed it as much as I played when I played it on the computer.
So in Fable Legends, there are
It's a 4. Yeah.
actually it's a 5-man.
Oh, it's 5-man. Sorry.
So in the game, there's 4 players who play as heroes, and one person plays as a villain. And what they have to do is the villain sets up a dungeon for the 4 people to go through, or the 4 heroes, and the 4 heroes are there's one of skill, will, might, and
And then the hero.
then the hero. And the villain acts as a dungeon master, and he spawns in traps and enemies throughout the entire thing while they're going through it. And
Oh, by the way,
it looks really good.
do
And
you-
like it looks amazing though.
when you guys play Fable, do you focus on strength, skill, or will?
Probably skill. I
Yeah.
generally do skill.
I like skill, but
I actually don't go with it. I go strength.
well actually
I do will
skill.
sometimes, but I never generally do
Like I do skill, but I don't use it. Like I'll start off like I'll add points into skill, but I'll start off using will because your skill doesn't really get good until you've leveled it up enough.
Yeah.
So I usually start off as will and then I switch over to skill once I've got it high enough.
Strength.
Otherwise, you're just sitting there shooting them like 50 times and they won't die.
I stick with skill all the way through, and I don't do like maybe I'll do some of this, some of this. I feel like if you focus on one thing, then that's like your power thing.
Yeah.
And if you do co-op, even better if they focus on something
Yeah.
else.
Yeah.
Like the best combo is playing with someone who does will if you do skill.
Yeah, that
Because
was kind of
then
funny
you
because
have, like-
remember when we did that run through in Fable 3?
yeah, that was pretty fun.
Yeah, we did. Didn't you guys do
We
all
had
skills?
teams.
Daniel and I were on a team, and then Pelican and Nation member Jameson were on it. And,
And you two went through with what?
we went. I went all skill. I think Daniel went all skill too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I generally do.
Because me and Jameson went all
It was kinda
will.
We
We
had
both went all will.
Daniel and I. See, the thing is, I played the game way more than anyone else at that point, and I don't think Jameson even.
Me and
played.
Jameson had never
Yeah,
played.
you guys didn't even play. But we had enough time ahead of them to get married. Like Daniel and I's characters got married.
Yeah,
because
because we did a race through it.
and we were still ahead of them.
Yeah, we got like a 10-minute head start and we still fell behind.
It was pretty funny.
But we got really close to catching you guys.
yeah, you did.
In,
And then-
in the desert temple
And then
thing.
in the
Yeah.
temple, you guys lost Walter. 'cause
No,
he
we didn't
follow you.
He didn't follow us, and we ran through like a section. And we're like, we can't go forward because Walter didn't follow us, and we never caught up after that. And we stopped before we stopped once we became kings and queens. We stopped.
Yeah, so that's,
Yeah, that's where the ending was for us.
so that's what yeah, that's what I have for
Fable Legends.
E3 on Fable Legends, but I also wrote down 4 games that were not announced at E3 that I'm not sure if they're coming, but I would definitely like to see.
Yeah, I have one of those to say.
I know
I think you know
half.
which one I
I
want to
know
say.
half of these on the list are definitely coming. No idea when. What I really want to see is a Fable 4, even though the Fable community probably doesn't care for one.
I know a Fallout 4 will be coming
A
eventually.
Fallout 4.
It
that
will
was
be coming
second,
eventually.
Definitely. Bully 2, definitely coming. And Skate 4, which you guys probably don't care about. It's like
For
my
one thing-
that's my
I don't care for any.
Oh,
of
that's my
those,
shame
actually.
that's my shameful series.
So,
I had one
You don't care
thing
for
real
Fallout
quick.
4?
One game that was rumored a long time ago, probably either the end of last year or the
That's
year.
not really a long time ago, but
It was a little while ago. It was after E3 of last year at some point. Somebody put out a little like screenshot of a Dishonored 2 thing, and I think like I was the only person who was actually waiting for it at E3. It wasn't there, and
I was
I hope it
Probably
does
won't.
come eventually because that's one of my favorite games. It's on the list
But-
of top 3. Probably.
well, it depends on where they are in development. If they're just starting, then they probably won't announce anything until next year. But
Yeah.
if they're already partway through,
I'm
they
fine with
might announce something at Gamescom.
yeah, and yeah, I don't know if the end of that story really lent itself to. More.
You wouldn't be playing as Corvo.
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
like-
that's the thing, is because the way he gets his powers, you could just do that with a new character.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's.
I guess so.
And you don't actually
Yeah.
have to be in Dunwall. You can be in some of the other series. Like, they have so many cities on that little map that they have of the world
Yeah,
that it wouldn't be too hard to start a new character.
yeah, I guess so.
You sound very skeptical
All right,
about
well,
it. Like,
well,
yeah.
Have any of you guys played Bully?
No.
Yeah, I played a
I've
little bit
played,
at your house.
Like, that much.
I have
Like,
played
Bully was so much
nothing.
fun. It was like the PG-13 of
Grand Theft Auto.
Grand Theft Auto. It's so awesome.
One thing I didn't have time to watch this trailer, but there's a new Zelda coming out.
Oh,
Hyrule
yeah.
Warriors.
The Wii U.
Nope.
I won't-
And one of the main titles.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
The main title trailer was freaking amazing.
I didn't
That's
actually
what
get
I
to watch
hear.
that.
So
Is that the
they
Wii U
made-
one?
Huh?
Is that the Wii U one?
Well, yeah, it's Nintendo.
It's gonna be on the Wii U.
But anyways,
That's what I'm
so
saying.
let's talk about Hyrule Warriors, I guess, at first.
Uh,
So they announced a bunch of new characters that you can play as in it, and if you play Dynasty Warriors, you know the type.
Mhm.
Basically, what it is, it's like
Dynasty Warriors.
it's kind of like you're in an open warfield, and there's
One
like
of those.
there's like
a shit ton of
hundreds
buildings.
of enemies, but they're really weak, and you can like chain combos together to kill lots of them at once. But there's also soldiers around that you have to go and help and stuff. and then occasionally a boss will come in. And so they announced a bunch of new characters. So you can play as like Link, you can play as Zelda, you can play as Impa, and you can play as Midna.
That's cool.
Yeah,
I really am
on Link in his
interested.
wolf form.
I'm interested in what like Midna's attacks would be.
Yeah, and Impa.
Well, all her powers
I
and stuff.
actually
And
Don't.
Lauren has no
remember
idea who
Impa
anybody
was.
is, and he's somehow mentioning Impa.
You heard the name.
I
he
made
must
that
have-
name up.
He heard you.
He got it for me. But anyways, so it looks pretty good.
And then, I was talking about their
And-
new main title.
Yeah, and the bosses are like based off of enemy
Some of the
bosses
other-
in the game. Like I saw the Dongo King, that was one of them. That's what it's called. I know it's weird.
The Dongo.
Dongo is food, I think.
Or Dongago. I don't remember.
I-
I don't remember the name of it exactly, but it was in
Yeah.
there.
The Dongo.
Well, I haven't watched the trailer yet, but I've heard that it's really good quality, and apparently the gameplay is really
Yeah,
awesome.
and then the trailer for the new Legend of Zelda. So in the new Legend of Zelda, the world is like entirely open now. So like if you see mountains way off in the distance, you can go and walk to the mountains.
All right.
That
you
sounds
can do
really
that now.
cool.
Where's the line
and-
drawn?
Huh?
Where's
I don't know.
When you fall off
But
the
and
cliff.
the enemies that spawn in the world, some of them will just be bosses. They just like spawn in the middle of the field and you can fight them.
That sounds really cool.
And that was what the trailer was, is like an enemy boss just spawned in the field and he was on Epona and just came at him and started shooting lasers at him.
Lasers.
And then Link started using bomb arrows again.
Mm-hmm.
And when he took out his bow and he pulled it back, it showed the tip of the bow, or the tip of the arrow, and it like, I don't know, it was like a machine and like flipped open and like turned blue. It was weird.
That sounds really cool.
Yeah,
And but the style is like it was in Skyward Sword.
Oh,
But
that sucks.
it actually looks really good. Like the grass is insanely high quality.
I
There,
didn't like Skyward Sword.
Yeah, I didn't really like the graphic style either, but hopefully this one will get me back into it, but I probably won't buy a Wii U.
I know
so-
that a lot of people were like, "Is Link a girl or whatever?" Because the blue thing
Breasts.
that they were wearing.
That's in Warriors. In the trailer,
No,
they
not
showed he
the-
was wearing like a hood or something.
Yeah, but I remember seeing just a screenshot. I actually haven't seen that trailer,
Mhm.
but I remember seeing some other things on there.
Yeah,
It's
he
like-
looks
Looks like a
looks
chick,
more feminine, but I don't think
Feminine.
it's gonna
but
be.
it
I feel
also
that's
from the
time
picture I
design it
saw,
does.
it looks like the lobster tunic that you start out with in Wind Waker, just a more
Yeah, it does.
realistic version of
Yeah.
it. So
I'm not gonna buy a Wii U, but it's nice to hear that Zelda's coming out with a new title.
don't you have to have a Wii to use it, or
What did
no?
he just say? Yeah, it's a Nintendo game. They don't release on
Yeah.
any
And
other
I
console.
I know, but like, do you have to have a Wii and the Wii U?
It's
Or
on
is it
Wii
just
U.
a
Wii U is its
They've-
own thing.
Yeah, they've
Okay,
discontinued
I-
the Wii.
Didn't know that. I wasn't sure.
Yeah.
So
And from what I've heard that the rest of their conference was not good.
I liked it.
I didn't.
It
It
actually
was like
watch most
mostly
of it.
what you would imagine. Although something weird that happened is they didn't announce or show a video of Star Fox, but they announced that there was going to be a new Star Fox, and apparently it was on the floor.
That's
but they
funny.
never showed the video of it.
They're like, by the way, Star
Star
Fox.
Fox.
Yeah,
Continue.
which is awesome because the new Star Fox hasn't came out since the Nintendo DS
Yeah.
version, which was like 5 or 6 years ago.
I remember playing.
So people have been waiting for a new Star Fox.
I was playing Star Fox Adventures.
So-
it's such a weird game.
crossing over from
Dinosaurs.
Star Fox and Nintendo. Project Spark was at E3.
Oh, yeah.
They introduced co-op gameplay,
Mhm.
right? That's what
Yeah.
they were introducing. When does that come out? Do you know?
I have no clue.
Or does it just come out with
It'll
the launch?
probably come out with the final version.
Project
Okay.
Spark is the first thing I'm getting once I get my Xbox
I
One.
wish I knew
Yeah.
Project
I have
Spark
the
Okay.
beta
was.
right now. It is really hard to use. Like, building levels and everything is fine.
Mhm.
But the menu's kind of weird to do it because it's really easy to accidentally switch through things.
Mhm.
So I hope they fix that. And then, like, so you can go in and you can make a brain for like an object or a character, so it'll do certain things. But you have to like chain tiles together, so it'll do those actions right. And it is incredibly complicated to do certain things. Like,
Okay.
I wish they would have explained it better or explained what tiles do better, because it's incredibly hard to understand what tile to use to make something work.
I don't know anything about Project Spark,
Yeah.
so
Well,
I wish Someone would explain.
Basically,
it to
you
me.
know
There is
how-
one little thing that I want to say before you go on with that, just a little bit, about the stage demo that they did. They've had the beta out for like 3 or 4 months now, and he said that within those 3 months, somebody built and released a Smite-like game that like had everything to do with levels in it.
Yeah.
And he was just like, if somebody had asked me to do something like that, I would ask for a team of 50 to do that. But
People be crazy.
yeah, people are freaking insane sometimes
It's like,
when they do that. But it's pretty awesome to see all the creativity of everyone.
Yeah.
So basically, you know how a video game AI will be like,
Yeah.
they program it so it's like, okay, when you're on the street, you're walking, if the player shoots a gun, you get scared and run away.
Yeah.
That's the AI. So basically, in Spark, they have props and characters that are
Oh, so it's just
like
a-
already built, and then you can put them in, but then you can go into them and change their coding so that they'll perform different actions and do different things. And they give you like these tiles to put down, so you have to like put down a tile for fighting, but you have to chain all these other ones together, so it'll be like when I see the player, I attack him, or I guard, or I do something else.
Okay.
And the brain can get incredibly complicated because you can make more and more and more and just add tons of stuff to it.
Okay.
And it's just like, it's really hard to understand how to do it. Like, I've messed around with it for a while. I was trying to make a character fly. I probably messed around it for 20 minutes and I still couldn't get it to work. It's incredibly hard.
Going off of what Daniel said about the ingenuity of people, I've been playing Skyrim on my laptop lately, and I've been looking at mods. And this guy, first mod he ever made, is this huge, really intricate castle.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, this must have been an experienced person. No, it was just... Looked at the description. This is my first mod. I was like...
First mod, but that's not saying he hasn't had any experience
Yeah, I
doing
was
other
like-
things.
Yeah, that
So-
doesn't mean he didn't
Yeah.
learn about how to do it.
But
so.
I was like...
Yeah.
Go for it.
Speaking of Skyrim, we're building like a Skyrim-esque map in Minecraft.
Oh, yeah.
Are we trying to have that done by half Christmas?
No.
Oh, God, no!
Would you like to do
Oh.
24/7 the rest
Since
of
we're talking about PC and mods, GTA 5 is coming to the Xbox One, PS4, and the PC.
Woo!
Dang it.
So that's going to get modded, and then nobody's going to want to play the
For
console
shame.
versions. But anyways, on the Halo 5 and PS4 version, they've
Wait,
updated...
GTA 5's already on PC, is
Yes.
No.
it? I've seen mods.
Yeah,
Hello.
that doesn't mean they're on the PC.
No, it's not on PC. I've checked.
You can mod your consoles.
Yeah.
But like, code, whatever.
But anyways, so since they're putting on the Xbox One and the PS4, they've been able to update the graphics so you can see farther away in higher detail now on the Xbox One and PS4 versions. Yeah.
I'm excited. I've been...
And you can transfer all your files from the 360 or the PS3 onto the PS4 and Halo and Xbox One versions.
And Halo.
I want to get Halo in
The
there.
Halo versions
Yeah.
of Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah.
But about this Skyrim map thing that we're doing, this is kind of like our summer project. So it gives us something to do when we're not working. It gives us work to do when we're not working.
Because I think all of us have jobs.
So we all need
Yeah.
work, right? But
We should be releasing the first of our actual gameplay videos and stuff by the
End of summer.
at the latest mid-July, because I will have all the money I need by like the end of next week
Okay.
in order to get my computer. So
so
I don't know
we'll put-
why I didn't mention this earlier when we were talking about Fable Legends, but Evolve was shown. So you guys know what that is?
yes, I recognize the name.
Okay, so the guys who made Left 4 Dead made a new game called Evolve, and it works the same way that Fable Legends does, and that there's 4 main players, and there's 1 enemy player. But in this one, the 4 main players each act as like a certain type, so there's like medic, support, the hunter, and
Is
the
it going to
heavy
be like
shooter.
a first-person
I
sort
heard
of
about
deal?
this.
Or what?
Yeah, and then
This is really cool.
and then the enemy is basically a giant monster.
Yeah, yeah.
And they play in maps that are like the size of battlefield maps.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking
And
about.
the
now.
4 players have to hunt down the monster,
God
and the
damn.
monster either has to escape or it has to kill everybody. But while they're playing, the longer it goes, the more upgrades the enemy player can use to become
Awesome.
a more stronger monster. and it plays out like that, and apparently it's just amazingly
That
fun.
sounds
pretty
actually like a really cool concept.
Yeah, so basically it's
that
the
they haven't
mature
really done
version of
much.
Fable Legends.
Yeah, that's actually pretty cool.
Legends.
Legions.
Hey guys.
So that
Oh,
looks
legions!
yeah. And one of the bosses they showed was at E3. At E3, the enemy boss they showed was Cthulhu.
Cthulhu.
Cthulhu is awesome. But anyway, the thing.
The thing?
What was I saying? Legions.
Legions.
Elder Scrolls Online is out.
Yeah. We're
I've
It's been out for a
been out.
while. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's hilarious.
We're-
No, I've
a
just
legion
been,
without a leader.
I just started watching all this stuff and how like you
When did it come out?
A long time ago.
Like
dude.
months ago.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna get it, but it looks awesome.
Yeah, I'm not paying a subscription to play a game that I don't want to play.
My parents might buy it, so I might play it. But so far they haven't bought
Yeah.
it, so I haven't played it.
I play as a wood elf, but unless you have a special edition, you have to be assigned to a certain legion, and I don't like that.
That doesn't sound
I
cool.
don't like having to do stuff.
But then again, that's kind of the same like with the races in World of Warcraft, where if you play as a horde race, you have to, like an undead.
I think it's weird grouping together the races in Skyrim because it's like
It's not
3
personal.
elves, 4 humans, right? 4. Breton
so.
Imperial, Nord,
And
Redguard.
Yeah,
then
Then there's
beast
orcs, Khajiits,
and Argonians.
and Argonians. So there's
actually
10 races?
orcs are
Nine?
technically
9 or 10?
Orzammar. They're
They're still beast races.
yes, they're technically
So-
an elf, but
They're beast races.
not considered elves by elves.
Beasts!
They aren't considered
Boost.
elves.
What's
So
elves.
generally,
Is that
but
10 races?
yeah, they did.
They're elves.
3, 3,
The idea
and
is that
4?
they descended from elves.
Yeah,
They're Orzammar.
I'm good at math count.
Good
Okay.
job. Way to grammar.
Battlefield Hardline was announced, which is basically cops and robbers.
That's
They basically, that's all it is.
Um,
So basically the
So
robbers
it's,
like steal money from a bank or an armored truck, and then the cops have to come after them and chase them down.
Tom Clancy's The Division.
We talked about that.
Not really Tom Clancy's though. That's just the title. I
Yeah.
mean, Tom
It
Clancy's dead
sounds
now,
cool.
so
Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Siege. That
Yeah.
looked
Oh.
amazing.
2 Tom Clancy games coming out. It's just a brand now.
yeah.
But
No
that
longer the person.
yeah, but that honestly looks amazing. Like
excited.
it's pretty awesome. Basically, it's one team is like a SWAT team and the other team are like terrorists, and they go to a house and the terrorist team has to hold a hostage for a certain amount of time while the SWAT team has to get into the house and either kill everybody or get out. And it's 5 versus 5, and if you die, you're out of the match.
That sounds really cool. I like
Yeah.
that style.
And like as the SWAT team, you can like put charges on walls and windows and blow through them, and like shoot through walls and leave holes you can shoot through.
And as
And
a terrorist, you can put up
you can
protective
put up
walls.
like protective barriers and walls that you can
Shields.
set up. And as SWAT teams, you can put like cameras that go underneath doors and stuff.
yeah, and it's all like really super cool.
Yeah, and very very well detailed.
Yeah. I'm probably not gonna buy it
I would buy it if all of you would buy it, because then we could just play as a
together.
team.
Yeah.
I'll probably get it.
Yeah, that'd be kind of cool.
If we're all getting it, then I'll get it. But
Follower.
I feel like will half Christmas happen by next week? When will half Christmas? That's like
Let's
2
see.
weeks.
Half
We're
Christmas will
camping
be
this
2
next
weeks.
Tuesday.
Today's the 14th.
Alright.
The week of half Christmas, I think we're gonna upload a special podcast after the Tuesday. Don't,
Or it
keep
could
it
just
in my
be on
word.
half Christmas.
huh?
Or it could be on half
no, we're
Christmas.
talking about the
Yeah, it might work.
camping.
I know the camping podcast will come out on half Christmas week, but after that, during half Christmas, we might do a special one
Special podcast.
for half Christmas.
If we do a special podcast for half Christmas,
We're gonna spend like
There's
5
gonna be a
minutes
lot of
introducing
people
everyone.
there.
I think we should have like a limit on how many people are in a podcast.
Yeah, I know. I'm not saying we have everyone.
Yeah, but
So we just
6?
exclude. It's like,
Yeah.
so you 4 go over there. We don't want
You
you.
saying,
10
like, 6.
stay in that room.
Yeah.
We're gonna shut the
the
door.
rest of us are gonna be.
You're gonna hear weird noises from the other room, basically.
Probably hope none of it's sexual.
There's gonna be
Some of it might be.
Yeah,
I
Chris
think,
is
like-
gonna be there.
max 6 people. on
Yeah,
a
Chris
podcast.
probably won't.
Yeah, 6 people we can have during the podcast, but
And we are the definite 4.
probably unless you don't want to be there. So you were talking about socks earlier today.
Wait,
was.
unless you don't want to be there. So, Lauren, I'm changing the subject real
No,
quick.
it's about you. So it's like
This isn't about you, Jacob.
you were saying
It's
that like
just
you have
about
special
you.
colors of socks. I think Jacob kind of has like a party meter because when he goes and has like a party with all of us, he wears a certain color and it's yellow, and he wears it every time we have a
Yeah.
little party thing.
my Saturday shirt.
Yeah, it's.
I don't think I can assign
Saturday.
a shirt to a day.
I couldn't do that because I have too many shirts.
I can assign a shirt to the weekend. Any nerd shirt or geek shirt I have, basically.
Like I wear the same. I've worn the same clothes like to the weekends. Like even like mismatched socks is part of my thing now. For the weekends,
A
I've
lot
worn.
of times I just don't care.
Alright, so there's 3 games I still have on my list that we haven't really...
We will get to it.
But like
It's-
I wear this garb. I've worn it since
Garb.
garb. It's called.
Go on.
I've worn it for like what?
Lauren's
5
eating
weeks?
his wristband.
Five-
I'm
5
eating my
weeks.
graduation
Wristband?
class of 2015.
Oh, those? I haven't seen one of those
Yeah,
in forever.
Yeah, I've been wearing it.
And Lauren's eating it.
because we're at it's that time.
It's that senior year.
Oh, it's senior year shit.
I'll give a fuck.
We'll go on.
Let it be done.
Never
Yeah,
mind.
anyway.
Just go on with games.
Yeah, go on with games. It's not very
Alright,
important. I wear this stuff.
there's 3 games. I don't know if you guys have ever played them or care about them, so this is why I was kind of just saving them. So 3 games that they showed were Dead Island 2, Dragon Age Inquisition,
I liked that
and The
trailer.
Witcher 3.
Dead Island 2.
I liked the. I'm really interested in buying The Witcher 3.
So am I. I have never played that game, but that trailer
Yeah.
made me want to buy it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
actually, I
it's
was
pretty
on
awesome.
Steam. I didn't see it, but I watched a whole bunch of trailers about it because like they were like, oh, I'm just like scrolling, it's like games you might like. I was like, okay, Witcher was up there, like, oh, cool, and like all of this, it was like, this is really cool. The whole storyline is you're a witch that's a beast hunter
And you have magic powers
You have
and
magic?
you wield swords.
and sword. So
Yep.
you're like
Sorry.
like
I almost
and, like I was
fell out of my
watching
chair.
I was watching gameplay because they had gameplay out, and it was like.
It looks really cool.
Yeah, it was like really super cool, really good graphics, really huge open world.
Yeah.
And it, like as they were describing the game, they're like, "Oh, and then you can go out and do this thing, which isn't part of the quest, but and if you hunt this mythical beast, you can get money and renown, and
Yeah.
this thing happens, and this thing happens,
Yeah.
and it's not like it's completely open world, and everything you do affects something else that happens in the story.
Yeah, it's
so
incredibly complicated.
so it's not like other games where like you're like, oh, I'm playing through the story, and then
or
you
not
can-
complicated, but interconnected.
yeah, you're like, I'm playing through the story. Okay, that happened because I did this, and it's like, now I'm gonna play through the story again, and then you get the same results. It's like a different result every time you play the game. Like
I don't know.
depending
because
on the small like
Things you do.
yeah.
when I play games like that where you make a bunch of decisions, I usually the second time through I'll be like, well, now I can play it differently, and then I don't because I'm like, I don't know, I like what I did the first time.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah,
usually
but
make
like-
the same decision.
Yeah, especially in games
On
that are
every
really
game.
long too. I don't.
Yeah, I'm super excited. They're like Steam sale. You can buy all of them for $60. All of the Witcher series. I'm like,
Nice.
it's on my list.
Yeah.
So
Um.
on those decision
So-
games though,
Yeah.
it's like when it's like you
Which
can
is-
choose to let him go and you'll never hear from him again, or
Yeah.
kill him.
Which is also Dragon Age Inquisition, which
I-
they showed.
I'm-
Apparently, there's over 40 different endings for that game.
That's
Dragon Age
seriously?
Inquisition. Yeah.
That sounds.
I would never play through that game that many
If
times.
it's like I probably played through Fable 3 that many times.
Dude, Dragon Age is an insanely long game.
But
Oh.
yeah, so like it's like you can either let this guy go and you'll never hear from him again, or you can kill him.
That sounds a
Normally-
lot like
Normally I'm all about like, sure, let people go. Like he's not my business in real life, although I'm not killing people in real life. But I'm usually about that stuff. But in video games, I'm like, no, kill him. Do it right now. Just kill him. And it's because not because I hate them, but because
It's
I
video
don't want that to come back and bite me in the butt later in the game. And I always feel like it's going to, so I never give them the chance.
Like
Yeah,
Dishonored?
you probably like Dragon Age because
Like-
there's a lot of that.
Dishonored. You can
You can
Yeah,
kill
kill
everyone or
everybody.
no one.
Everyone's like, you're cold-hearted after you kill him in the game, and you're like, no, I
Don't
want
want
an
him to
easier
kill me."
experience.
Yeah.
Don't want this to be a continuing problem.
And they showed the Dead Island 2 trailer, which didn't excite me at all. I mean,
Nope.
I saw the first game, and it was just like,
I
whatever.
played the first game.
I don't know.
It was kind of a cool way to do the
It
trailer,
was,
but
yeah,
it
I don't
was-
know. The
eh.
game itself's alright. It's not
It
the
was-
most
I-
They had
fun
Jack
zombie
Black
game.
in the
Yeah,
trailer.
Jack Black's in it. He's one of the voice actors. I don't know. I still
That's
want to
cool.
buy it.
Yeah, I got it because it was free. So I was like, I'll play it. And I was like, other games are more fun.
Basically, all it is just melee. All it is like melee attacking zombies, even though they have a character that's like supposed to use guns, and you barely find guns.
It's
Yeah.
later on in the game.
But
And then
I
there's,
think
like,
the
plot twist and
Funnest
stuff.
thing to do in that game was just to run up, jump, and kick zombies.
that's
And I
all
probably
that
did
game
that.
was.
That's all I did was jump, kick zombies because they would fly back
Yeah.
a lot farther and they'd get knocked down actually.
Mm-hmm.
And that was just that's what I did.
And that's basically all that game was. So I don't know. And they didn't really show anything else about it. It was just the trailer. So it was like, okay.
Yeah, it's. I'm
It was-
not gonna buy it, but then again, like if you played one zombie game that's Dead Island, you probably played them all.
That's
So-
Dead Island.
Yeah.
There's
You
two of them
played-
now.
Yeah, Dead
Riptide
Island,
was another one.
Yeah,
Riptide.
And now two. But anyways, let's go to like Assassin's Creed Unity.
Can't wait.
Because we have not discussed that, and it looks amazing.
Yeah,
and
I was waiting to
awesome,
talk about that
and
one.
wow.
Yeah, we kept on getting distracted. I was like,
Unity.
Looks
I can't
alright.
wait for it. I'm gonna.
Let's let Dan
I'm gonna
speak.
buy it.
He's the professional on
I'm the
Assassin's
Assassin's Creed nerd. I've probably watched the trailer like 15 or 20 times now, and I've showed like everybody like this is pretty awesome. You should check it out.
You know how like certain people are associated with like game franchises?
Yeah.
Daniel's associated with Assassin's Creed.
Lauren's associated
That's
with
not
Far
surprising.
Cry and Fallout. And Jacob is something.
Every MMO ever is just what I think of when I think of Jacob.
Yeah, he's the computer guy.
I play a lot of computer games.
Pelicans like Halo
Zelda.
for me.
I like
Lauren's-
building things.
And we're all Minecraft.
Lauren's like Lauren's more Minecraft. Well, you three are the creative, or you two are the creative. You're the person who sits in Minecraft for me.
When
so
he's not building.
okay,
You
you've
do
seen my
creative-
map, right?
You do creative things, but like for some reason in my head, you're the person who sits on the world.
Okay, that's just because I leave my Xbox
That's
on. When I'm
just 'cause
actually
that's what he
playing,
does.
when I'm actually
Are
playing,
you saying you don't do that?
No, I just said. That's what
I know, but that's what I'm saying. That's I'm
I just said.
associating that
That's what
with
I
you.
said.
I'm
That's what I'm saying.
associating that with you.
Let me talk for a second, Dan. What I'm saying is,
Again?
I just did that to bug Lauren. What I mean is, like,
Just go!
Fucking say it.
I play Minecraft, but then I go do something, and then I forget that I was playing Minecraft, and then it just sits there, as me just sitting like looking at my like.
That is exactly why I associate that with you.
So you don't think I'm creative?
I never said that. I
Well,
just
you're like-
associate that more with you.
Well, you're like, you three are creative. wait, no, you two.
You two are the creative
It was
bunch.
pretty funny.
You're half creative, half sit there. For me, in my mind.
Alright. Well, anyways, in Assassin's Creed Unity, it's pretty awesome. So you get. So each person. So there's 4 assassins you can play as in co op. But I don't think every mission is 4 playable. Like, because if you watch them in the gameplay, they'll go up to one mission and it'll say max 4 players. So not every mission will be able to be done with 4 players.
Yeah.
But something that's cool is you can make your gear sets for your assassin. So like somebody can have a pistol and like an arm crossbow type
Which-
thing, which is a new weapon
Yeah,
they've
I thought
added.
that
yeah,
was
the
really cool.
Phantom Blade.
Yeah, Phantom
That
Blade.
looks awesome.
And other things. And while somebody else might have like a heavy axe and some other weapon.
And I know a lot of people are like, where's
A
the
throwing
hidden
knife.
gun and stuff? It's like, they already have the flintlock pistols, and they
Yeah.
don't really need a hidden gun anymore.
Yeah.
And it's also definitely a lot more stealthy to have a...
Like a
little
mini
crossbow.
basically a
on your
mini
arm.
crossbow.
And just
It's
as
pretty
effective.
cool.
And oh my gosh, it looks so smooth.
Yeah.
It is so smooth.
It looks
now.
awesome.
And
I can't wait.
getting down from stuff is amazing now.
Yeah, the controlled
It's
descent
so
thing,
cool,
that
yeah.
looks awesome.
And you can do like a bunch of flips and stuff while you're going down now, so it looks a lot more parkoury.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things about that. It's like, definitely couldn't do that in real life. Just because during one of the
Because we're not
bits
trained assassins.
no, normal people probably wouldn't, or most people,
Definitely normal
people who are trained even in that would not do very well, I don't think, against a lot of what they did in that, or at least a couple things of what they did. Because on the last jump on that controlled descent thing that they showed, he jumps like 20 feet and grabs onto a little ledge about 5 feet from the ground, and he's fine.
Well,
it's like, that
is it-
seems like that would hurt.
Well, yeah. Well, duh, it's still a video game.
I know, but
It's a
still.
video game. It's a video game.
But it's really cool because now the world is like so open
Dirty.
that you can just run through the world and like instantly start missions. Like the missions are just like everywhere in the world, and you can just go run around and find them.
And
Yeah.
I like how it's set during a revolution. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like
I don't know a lot about the French Revolution, sorry for
It was
interrupting,
very bloody.
but I
Yeah, very
definitely am very interested in it.
like you saw the trailer, right?
Yeah.
So like
Like,
that actually
30
that type of
times.
stuff happened where they were just running troves of people at a bunch of guys with guns. That,
Yeah, and in the gameplay when they cut off some guy's head and they stick it on a spear,
Yep.
and his head's still alive for a couple seconds there.
that actually happens.
Pretty fucked up.
Yep.
Pretty
Yeah.
awesome though. How like Arno has the like
Oh yeah.
crossbow
The
and
I don't,
Phantom Blade.
Phantom Blade, gosh, yeah.
Yeah.
The Phantom Pain.
Did you
Metal
see
Gear
him
Solid
use it?
5.
Yeah.
I
That was a
saw
cool
one of the
trailer.
guys in the trailer use it, and I actually, in the gameplay trailer, he did use it to save
Yeah.
his friend in that building.
Mhm.
It looks really cool.
It's really fast too, dude. It's just like boom, and you're done.
Yeah, I liked it in the trailer because like it shows a guy just falling over, and then it zooms to the like assassin, the tan colored
Yeah.
robes on that assassin, and it looks really awesome. Like just the mechanic
Yeah.
of it. So I can't wait for it. Really.
What
And
I want to
then-
know though is like if you're doing the co-op thing, does everybody to themselves look like Arno, or do you actually get to choose what you look like?
I don't know. I'm guessing it depends on the host. The host would probably
Yeah.
be Arno in my mind, or it might be you just changing your robe color,
Yeah.
and you might be playing as a separate character. But that separate character doesn't exactly matter
Yeah.
because you carry along your same robes and your same
Yeah.
tools and stuff.
But I'd
That's
like
kinda
to
how
be
I
able to
assume it.
choose like my color and everything. I'm sorry. I'm
Sorry.
like I've
We
got a
should be
weird
Soldier Side
accent.
Killer.
I've got a
I-
weird accent today.
I can't stop.
Have
like,
Lauren as black, have me as purple, have Pelican as the cyan colored, and you as
Turquoise.
red.
Red. Well, Arno's is like his hood is like bluish. It's like a dark blue.
Maybe, yeah. And
As long as we get the colors.
So
hell, where was I going?
Sorry about
Phantom
interrupting.
Blade.
No, there was something before that. No.
The way I was talking. Was
Yes. I don't know why I can't not laugh at people when they just like. I laugh at myself when I do it too, but
So I figured this out. It's the way people talk. God damn. So I was
speaking of talking,
yeah. I'm stuttering. While I was at work, while I'm at work, I work at a lumberyard, and I found out that people trust you a lot more if you don't talk like if I don't talk like I talk now. If I have like the slight accent, people are like, I've seen people like look at me kind of like, oh, it's just some kid. But if I like take on this little bit of an accent, like people are
What's
a
the
lot-
accent?
Like a Jersey guy.
No, like
Oi.
no, it's like.
Okay, I don't know
If
what accent
if
that
I
is.
say a lot of y'alls and stuff. Like people just
People around here would specifically
yeah they're like trust
Associate
you.
that with living around here.
Yeah, they're like oh, and then like they're a lot like they've opened up to be friendly to me, and it's like and I don't use it anywhere else except when I'm at work. Because,
Yeah, that makes sense because
it's like, all right, well I'm at work and I'm talking to this person. I'm gonna be like, so how y'all doing today? I do that, and they're like, oh, pretty good. How about yourself? And I'm like, nah.
and then they really trust him.
Like I know that feeling.
I just turned kind of into a bird, and they're like, "Man, I like birds."
I'm a bird with an accent. That's what gets you trust. Being a bird with an accent.
birds. Okay.
So yeah, birds in that.
Yeah. It's kind of sad because last week I talked about the birds that
And the bees
And
the birds that
died.
yeah.
Oh wow.
Sad.
joyful.
Things die.
It's depressing.
Things die.
Damn,
Get over it.
That's what I was gonna say, but then I was like, well, it is a baby bird, so it does make it a little bit more sad.
It just fell, and I was like, oh.
You didn't like run over to try to catch it or anything, or it was just way too
What do
late.
you to do?
I was
Catch it,
like,
throw it back out.
No way you could catch.
I was halfway across the yard,
Okay.
so it's like all I saw was two little things. I'm like, I hope that wasn't birds.
It was birds.
It was birds.
I was like, oh, and I buried them, and I
And you felt bad.
So, a thing I haven't talked about yet.
Stuff.
I didn't want to bring it up because it's such a negative topic for me to talk about, but I mean,
go for it.
so my Xbox Live ran out on June 9th, which I expected. Okay. Every year for Christmas I get a free year from a friend, and I used that whenever my live runs out, which was June 9th. So I came home from work and it said your gold is out. Oh no. I was like, oh yeah, I've been getting notifications of that this was going to happen. I go over to my drawer, I reach in, I grab my $60 1-year Xbox Live Gold card, bring it back to my seat, sit down, flip it over, scratch off the back,
Add more details.
and in the process of scratching off the back, I supposedly damaged 4 out of the 25 units that I needed to put in on the code. So basically it was worthless.
Yeah, that really,
Unless I wanted to put
really
in
sucks.
1,600,000 something different attempts on what the code was, it's done.
and then it wouldn't.
That'd
let
be
you do
funny
that.
because you'd probably hit like 3 or 4 different year life subscriptions. I'm like, whoa.
I don't think it works that way. I
No,
think
'cause-
it's just so varied
Yeah.
that, like, I've tried too. I put in a year code last year and I was like, I wonder what happens if I just change one letter. I changed the G to an H or something simple
Yeah.
like that, and it was like, nothing. And I'm like, really? There's all these letters? Nothing?
But then
Okay.
again, if you times it with like adding the alphabet into it, there's so many different combinations
Yeah,
that they're probably
exactly.
never going to run out of it.
It's 0 through 9 and A through Z.
Mhm.
0 through 9, that's 10.
So that's-
A through
yeah,
Z,
10.
that's 26. 36
And there's
to
25.
the 4th power.
And there's 25 spaces.
Yeah, no, so
20. There's
36
5 spaces.
to the 4th power times 25.
Yeah.
And that's what I would have to do.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do the math
So-
real quick.
It's 1,600,000 something
For 4 or 5.
So it's.
for 4 digits missing. I already did them.
I'm gonna do it again. Okay, so it's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, so I have to buy a new card now.
podcast?
What?
Can I get a ride after the podcast? I might need one
Maybe. Why you haven't got your license yet?
because
Same reason I don't have my.
no, I
permit
need
yet.
a ride down to Sawdusters.
I don't know
Oh,
how to
okay.
drive.
Yeah.
So that's fun.
Alright.
Anyway. Yeah, so I have to
Sorry.
buy a new gold thing now. Which shouldn't have cost me anything, but now it's going to cost me $60. And...
But luckily, I got my Xbox One and it came with a 14-day trial.
Oh, yeah. Pelican was nice enough to give me his 14-day trial to hold me through half Christmas.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
It's appreciated.
Because if I didn't have live on half Christmas, no, I don't know.
No.
Problem.
It's just not. I can't process what that would be like in my head.
Bad.
It'd be terrible.
Yeah, that
Steady
would
up.
suck. How many Halo Reach copies do we have? 'Cause-
One.
I have one.
okay, I don't have one.
Oh no!
It broke a while ago. The same with my Gears of War and stuff.
Same with my...
There's a couple.
same with
There's a couple Nation members that have showed up. Probably have some.
Yeah,
I
I
can
just
talk
kind
to
of
them
like
about it.
we have a bunch of like Halo maps that aren't for like shooter-y. They're like challenges that we want to do probably because those would be really fun to do. I think.
I think
that made any
the
sense.
feeling is kind of nostalgic for a want of what we used to do. Halo Reach used to be like our main thing before we became what we are now, and
Before I joined the nation.
before Jacob and Pelican were even here. We had this hard drive
Team Jacob.
that had about 150 something
Team Jacob.
that had about 150 something different custom maps and game types that we loved to play, and we spent like all summer doing it every summer, and
Yeah, that lasts for like 2
that-
summers.
it lasted a good while, but that hard drive has left us, and so this year it's gonna be kind of sad. I've been trying for the past month to like, all the work I've been putting towards Half Christmas. I know it doesn't sound like much right now, but I've been just like trying to recreate a feeling of some of those maps. I know I can't create all of them, especially our favorite best ones. I can't redo those because that's what they were. They were
Yeah.
one of a kind.
I want to do a bunch of
And
like,
I've-
challenge maps.
And I've been building some maps in Halo 4.
But Pelican and I got on Reach and we created a couple throw together maps.
Yeah. That first one
Which
was...
That first one's awesome.
Yeah, I
I
know.
think I saw
We're just like we took
just like,
20
put this
minutes
here and throw
20
that
minutes
over there.
out of our day. Let's just we'll throw this over here, that over there. Oh, look, a map, and it's awesome.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. I've been just admiring it like by myself. I'll load it up and I'm like, it's going to be a good half Christmas.
So, on the subject of Half Christmas, like,
Yes.
Carry on.
Yes. On the subject of Half Christmas, as I fall out of the chair.
Monsters, video games,
I don't
Rainbow
know what I was gonna
Dash
say.
cakes.
Testicles.
So, who's going to be on the
Newts.
cake?
Huh?
Who's going to be on the cake?
I was going to get a cake. Don't know if I can.
Why not?
It's like
Timing.
$50 and we don't have a lot of time left.
I can pitch in like 20 for it if you guys want to pitch in
What
some.
cake costs $50?
Oh, one that's
Rainbow
The
Dash
most
cake?
beautiful, amazing, delicious cake you've ever seen.
I'll toss
Your
in
life.
$20 your way.
You just like get a vanilla one and just like paint it on.
I'm probably
Paint
not gonna
it.
be able to
So
get
we
it
need
in
to get
time,
some
so I
paint,
wouldn't
Lauren.
worry.
Yeah, edible paint.
Oh,
Oh,
you should
well.
get it.
Why not oil? Or Get
Plus,
oil
I have to
paint.
go
You
into
just
town to get
food
it. But,
coloring.
yeah, so we're gonna have half Christmas cake, maybe, hopefully, probably not,
the half
but
Christmas
hopefully.
tree.
There's
Well,
definitely
we're-
gonna be a half Christmas tree.
While we're camping, we could get a half Christmas tree.
We should.
We have to.
Yeah, while we're camping up there.
That's the only.
Or Kelly could bring one again. He probably doesn't have another tree.
Oh, have you seen his backyard?
No.
There's like
I haven't
a
been
bunch
to
of
his house
trees.
in
His
a long
backyard
time.
is the woods.
I haven't seen him in a year.
Yeah, but we could have the ceremonial, like, and we climbed the hill, and we got the half Christmas tree.
I saw Weil the other day. When I went to
Wiley,
your school. Yeah.
nation member, Wiley,
Nation
not
Weil.
Weil.
Nation member
I
Weil.
call him Weil.
That's how its name is.
And I was like, hey! And he's like,
Who are you?
he didn't. He looked at me and he didn't know who I was. And I was like, oh.
Maybe it wasn't him.
No, it was him.
That'd be so funny if it wasn't. You're just like, remember me? He's like, I'm sorry.
My name's John.
That's the best. When you think you know someone.
Oh yeah,
I've done that so
like,
many times.
Like when someone looks exactly the same as someone from the back, and it's like, oh, I'm like, hey, and like I yell
I
their
only
name,
remember you from behind.
like I yell their name, and then they turn around, I'm like, you're not the person I thought you were.
yeah, I've had
I do
like
apologize.
my hat ripped off in the mall before because some dude just came up to me and he was like, oh dude, I'm so sorry. And I was like, okay, I'll be
Oh, you're not. You're
I'm not
You're not Joe.
It's the funniest things people mess up.
Oh yeah.
Holy crap, what time are we at?
1 hour and 3.
Well, I've got.
Anything from E3?
I don't think so. Unless
Any
you guys
more
want to talk
things
about,
about Unity?
anything else.
I'm excited for it. That's
Me
all
too.
I gotta say. Oh, I might be taking Credit Recovery English this summer.
That
alright.
sounds fun. I'm gonna take a
Because-
credit recovery for biology.
This
Really?
summer?
Yup.
This summer?
Ow!
Because I fucking hate my teacher.
This summer?
Hello, Mr.
This summer?
Yes. When else would I take it?
The winner.
Next year?
I don't have time next year.
I only really need to take like 4 classes next year.
Me too.
So
My
Yeah, I
English
need
teacher
5
failed
classes
me
next
with
year.
everything turned in and extra stuff turned in.
yeah.
I don't know how
Alright.
that happened.
Well, if that's it. I guess we'll see you, nation members, on the
Oh, dude.
Flip side.
Wait.
the 1 second because
One thing I want to talk
Pelican
about. I was playing Assassin's Creed 4 the other day,
No way.
and I found myself. I found the pelican
It was a Boyd.
on one of the little islands. I was like, oh, look, a pelican. I
wish
looked at
we
it,
recorded that. That
and
was
then
fun.
Oh, yeah.
it flew up and flew into the island.
It
Just flew into the
it was like
island.
the weirdest-
That happened with a dolphin.
It was just like, I was like, bye me. And then I got back on my
It
boat.
flew into the soil. It took flight, and it looked so odd, and it just went into the.
Okay, there was
soil.
no noise.
That's the noise that it flies.
So
If you were close enough to hear it, it would have been like.
I was
I
like
was
sailing my
standing
ship
right next
near an
to it.
island and stuff, and some dolphins were jumping up and down and like to the side of me, and I was cruising really close to the island, and one of the dolphins went into the land. It turned like right and went into the sand, and it was a sand dolphin for a minute, and then it just like stopped and went into the mountain.
That's awesome.
It reminds me of so I was playing Skyrim, and I had a mod for Skyrim that let me ride a big wolf, and the mod didn't work too well because I was like, hey Lauren, look at this, and I went into the water, and then my guy was swimming in the air above the wolf.
Yeah, his wolf is like swimming in the water, and his guy is standing on top of the wolf running.
or like what? Or swimming,
This is
depending
the
on.
derpiest mount I have ever seen, depending on how
and it
deep
can't
the water
jump.
was.
Sorry, to get my mount to work, I have to moonwalk.
Yeah, it was really funny. It was like, and you have to hop off once you get on land, and then hop back on it. Otherwise, you're just running on top of the mount, and it doesn't work very well. It gets really glitchy,
Well,
and then things don't load if you're on the mount. So I'm just gonna unsubscribe to that.
All right, well,
I really
this
have
has
to
been
piss, so I'll see you guys.
Yeah.
Q3 Brown Sock Tuesday.
Yeah, thank you guys for
Oh,
listening.
join us for the camping cast.
Yeah, camping cast
Next
Nature
week,
podcast.
next.
All right.
week.
See ya, everybody.
See.